What's going on, everybody? It's Bo Noung here. I wanted to do a short training video for the basketball team for Asian Ballers, Cambodia, and any of the guys here in the U.S. That need some advice or need some tips on how to train basketball on a daily basis. I've been playing ball for probably over 30 years, 30-something years. So I think I have a little bit of experience. 42 now, going to be 43 in a few months, and a lot of things that I see that a lot of players in Cambodia and also my own Asian Ballers team here in the U.S., they really don't understand what to do, how to get better, and how to improve their game. So helps you, and let's get started. So when I start my practice, my training every day is I usually just take some shots first, try to get warmed up. I really don't do any stretching and things like that until I'm trying to get warmed up, and I know a lot of trainers have given this advice where you kind of warm up your body before you really start do some heavy stretching. And so I just start shooting my shots up. You really don't want to jump the lock, just kind of slowly get yourself ready to practice. Well, the first main thing to become a good basketball player is you got to be able to handle the ball. That's the basics of basketball. Is learning how to dribble. It's not shooting. It's not any of those things. You have to know how to control the ball. So if you don't know how to dribble the ball, you need to dribble. Basically, there's really no secret to it. Keep your hand on top of the ball as much as you can. Learn to control it. Left, right, move along, crossovers. As much as you can, dribble all the time. That's basically the most basic thing to becoming a good player is dribbling. Basic dribbles. Then you can move on, controlling it, dribbling backwards, through the legs dribbles. You don't have to go super fast, as long as you control it. Okay? And another drill without dribbling is, of course, going through your legs. Come from behind. Going around your waist. Ball control. You're learning ball control. So you want to have a good feel of the ball. And I've, since I was younger, I was told if you want to learn how to palm the ball, it's not always the size of your hand. My hands are not that big. But, but I can palm the ball pretty good. And palming the ball to make shots and layups and rebounding and those type of things is really crucial, because the better you can palm it, the more things you can do with the basketball, the more versatile you can be. And so work on that, and you do it by just pushing on the ball and gripping it as much as possible. And like I said, my hand's not that big. I basically train my hands how to palm it. I'm not that tall. I'm only 5'10", so it's not like I have these huge, humongous hands like Michael Jordan or Kawhi Leonard or those guys. But you know, I've broken 4 or 5 of my fingers in my right hand, or else I'll probably be able to palm it much better. But I still can have a pretty good grip on the ball, so that helps when you're doing layups, things like that. But my son is gonna demonstrate a figure 8 dribble technique that we learned from Isaiah Thomas. He had a video about dribbling, so he does it much better than me. That's why I wanted him to do it. So go ahead. Okay, do it on your fingertips. That's how you get your fingers strong. Fingers get strong, the better you dribbler you can be. And you do this every day as much as you can. Incorporate that into your basketball dribble training. All right, thank y'all. Next thing, of course, the most basic part after dribbling is shooting and shooting form. Most players that learn how to play basketball don't really know how to shoot. So you ask someone, oh, how do you become a good shooter? How do you shoot basketball? What do you do? Usually I don't get a good answer. So I've been teaching kids how to shoot for years, and I learned from a coach a long time ago a simple thing where you put your elbow to the rim and follow through. Elbow to the rim, follow through. All right, that's all it is. You can start off. Beginners. I'll start off. If you're just learning how to shoot, start off real close to the basket. Elbow to the rim, follow through. And once you get that down, I'm not gonna go over the whole thing. Once you get that down, you have to do that consistently every day. Then you move to the free throw line. Most guys think they can shoot free throws. In the leagues that I've ran here in Atlanta, we do stats and things like that, and the free throw percentage is horrible. They get so worked up about Shaq and how bad a free throw shooter Shaq is. Shaq shoots around 50-something% for his career. And I looked up the stats one season for the entire league. We had like 8 to 10 teams. For the entire league, they shot less than 60% for the entire league. And they didn't get on Shaq. So free throws is how you build a good shooting motion for shots in the game. So like I said, you develop a routine. Elbow to the rim, follow through. And also when you get your feet when you're shooting, even when you're shooting a free throw, or a jump shot, you always want your feet to have good balance. You know what I'm saying? You want it not too far apart and not too close, just a good balance. And if you're a little, I'm a little bow-legged, so what that means is my body's not perfectly straight. So I have to kind of angle my body where my body is, where I can get elbow to the rim the best as I can. So that's why I kind of line up a little diagonal where my body's kind of lined up to the basket, square to the basket with my elbow. So shooting is something just like anything, any drills that I show you today. It's just about doing it over and over and over and over again. I do these drills every single day. I focus on a little bit of them at a time. I've been playing a long time, so I don't have to focus on one thing for a lot of time. But when I first started playing, I shot maybe 200 to 300 free throws, 200 to 300 jump shots, things like that. So, and so now I want to get into the jump shot. When you practice your jump shot, you really make sure that your dribble is good. Set your feet and go up and jump. Okay? Set your feet. Start how high you jump when you're practicing, you know, it just determines on your own jumping ability, and things like that. So most people don't jump their full max on their jump shot. Me, I try to do as much as I can when I'm practicing. So I practice like I'm playing in a game. And of course, it's never going to be the same as playing in a real game. But you want to practice like that. So usually when I do my jump shots, work on my jump shot, I try to jump as much as I can. When you're in the air, you want to have your body, you know, as square as possible with good balance, so that your jump shot goes in more often. And so I would say when you're shooting and practicing, you should make between 80 to 90% of your jump shots, because in the game, those percentages are going to go down because you have defense. And when you're practicing, no one's guarding you. So if you're shooting and you're only making 5 out of 10, you should try to improve till you're making 7 to 9 out of 10 shots. And if possible, don't miss any shots. And that'll just help you with your confidence as you go play in a real game. All right. The next thing is working on footwork. You may have good footwork already, but like I said, I've been playing ball for a long time, and I still work on my footwork every day, all day, every day. And my footwork is there, so for the jump shot, and then for driving on my layup. Okay. So I'm right-handed. So usually my pivot foot is my left foot because I'm right-handed. I've never changed that over years. Even if I'm going left, I still use my left foot as my pivot foot because I'm right-hand dominant. So I want to make sure that my balance, that I'm comfortable and my confidence is there. So my left foot, like I said, would be my pivot foot, and I'm always jabbing it. Even if I'm going left, my pivot foot is still my left. And when you're doing a layup, you want to go to do a layup. You want to go hard, put the ball down first, because that's the travel. You want to go hard, go strong with the layup off the glass. Okay, and I'll do a little bit faster motion now. And then, like I said, when you're practicing, you don't want to just go through the motions. You want to go strong, and you want to do as quick as you can, like you're in a real game. Because that's all that's going to do is help you have more confidence when you're playing in a real game. And I noticed that some people ask me why I usually practice on the low goal. That's about 9 foot right now. And people say when you practice on a low goal, your shot is off. It throws your shot off and stuff like that when you're playing 10 feet. That's to me is a myth. I've been practicing on a short goal my entire playing days, and mainly it's because it's a confidence building thing. When you're practicing, you're not competing against anybody. You're just building confidence in your fundamentals and in your shot. It doesn't matter how high the goal is. And when I'm practicing, I want to make sure that I'm having the right motion and all those things, and building my confidence so I can make shots. And it hasn't bothered me, because when I go play in a real game on a 10-foot goal, it doesn't affect me at all. So, because basketball, you're not staying in the same place. You're shooting from different distances. You're shooting from way out, short end. You got to jump over people, throw the ball over people. It doesn't matter how high the goal is. So it's about adjusting and using your fundamentals. And now, also another thing, a basic thing you work on is post shots. I'm not gonna go over all post shots, but it's just some of the shots that you know some that you can practice, and you can watch some players, whether it's Jordan, whether it's Hakeem Olajuwon, whether it's Patrick Ewing, David Robinson, Tim Duncan, those type of players. They really have good post moves, and post moves that you don't have to have just because you're a guard or because you're a center. It doesn't matter what position you play. I think when you're practicing on your own, you need to learn those things and have those things in your skill level. So first thing that I practice usually is is my footwork, always. So I'm on the left hand side of the basket. So my footwork, with whatever shot that I'm trying to do, like I said, I'm right-handed, so my pivot is usually always my left, and especially on this side. So the first shot, the hook shot. Simple fake to the middle, right hand hook shot. And once you get good with the right hand, now you can do fake to the baseline. Now you pivot on your right since you're going left. Throw it. Fake to the baseline. These are easy shots to help you get over taller defenders or somebody that could jump really high. Most people don't have that in their game. They don't use the hook shot. Even tall guys that I see play, they don't have that in their game at all. All right, another post move is going baseline. All right, so basically fake to the middle, go baseline, layup. Fake to the middle, baseline. Now you can go straight up, or you can do the reverse. Fake to the middle, baseline, layup. Now that reverse could be with your left hand, or you can finish it with your right hand. I'm going to show right here. Whatever is best for you at the moment, but it's good to practice both to be able to use left hand and your right hand for that baseline move. And then on this side, it's basically the same thing. You just, whatever pivot foot you're using, whatever hand you're going to shoot with, you want to shoot with your pivot foot. If I'm shooting with my right, it's going to be my left hand, my left foot for the hook shot. If I'm shooting my left, my pivot foot is my right. Again. Okay. And then we have the baseline move on this side also. Same thing. What I like to do is I like to throw the ball down with my right hand, or you can do it with your left to turn. The fundamental thing is with your left hand to dribble. Do that. What I like to do is just kind of put the ball down with my right hand. The ball go up. Makes it easier. Okay? Or if I'm close enough to the basket, I'll just go turn and go up. Like I said, doing these drills and do it with effort and as much game speed and game energy as much as possible is only going to help you build confidence when you go and play. All right, another move you can work on is basically during a post is the fadeaway jump shot. This is a move where Kawhi Leonard, Michael Jordan, Kobe, some of the greats. This is something that most players that I see out there do not have at all, is a fadeaway. Most of the top players, if you consider yourself an all-star level or whatever player, they have a fadeaway in their game. And it's a tough shot because you really have to be balanced, and you really have to have that skill level, and you really have to be able to jump a little bit in order to get a good shot. All right, so my fadeaway, this is one of my favorite shots. Everybody knows who plays me, is my go-to move when I need a basket. So if I'm getting posted up, gather myself, and I'm gonna figure if I'm gonna turn baseline and shoot the fadeaway, or if I'm just gonna turn and shoot the fadeaway. So usually my best move is just turning fading away like this. It's hard. Look at it. And if it's, you know, of course, the taller the defender, the harder it's going to be. You're going to have to jump a little bit more. Jump. And then the baseline one. Alright. So I try to work on all my moves that I have. At least 10 to 15 to each. Another move, one of my favorite moves, is my spin to the left. I can finish with my right hand or my left hand, or spin and shoot a jump shot off it. So basically, when you're doing this move, if you're right-handed on your right hand side, you wanna act like you're driving to the right, and it's footwork. So you spin to the right. Hold on, wait. You gotta take the ball like you're about to drive to your right, and then you're gonna pivot with your left and start off with left right. Do a little bit quicker for you. Again, and you gotta have be able to finish with your left. You can finish with your right, but it's a little awkward because your body's moving towards your left side. All right, the other spin move, I'm not as good going to my right. My favorite is going to my left, but I do practice it, so because it is one of my weaknesses, it's spinning to my right. So you want to set them up again. You can either set them up with your left hand or your right hand. I'm on the right hand side, so I'm still setting them up because I'm on the right hand side. So I'm gonna take it in right, left, the layup. Sometimes guys can spin and they'll use both feet on like a jump stop. All right. Last one we're gonna go over is crossover jump shot. So basically, you set them up, cross the ball over. Always set them up with the right, crossover, jump stop, shoot. Crossover, jump stop, shoot. Good. And just a regular crossover. You're gonna cross over, cross back.
Go.
Alright, so once you master the simple crossover to the left or to the right, you can do the double crossover. You go left, to the back. Like I said, set them up, cross over to the left, cross over to the right.